Welcome to the Velosio Raving Fan Start From Within podcast. I'm Robbie Morrison, CEO of Velosio, and today I have Isaac Knepper with me. Isaac, can you tell me a little bit about yourself, maybe some of your passions, hobbies?
Thanks, Robbie. I'm happy to be here. So, hey, everyone. My name is Isaac, as Robbie said. I currently live in Columbus, Ohio, work out of the Dublin office. And if I'm not at work, I do all sorts of things to keep myself entertained, I'm really into traveling if I can and when I can. When I'm not doing that, I love trying new recipes, love to do cooking. As long as nothing catches fire, I'm usually pretty good with that. And then I'm also outdoorsy in the sense that I love to do hiking. I longboard, weather permitting. For those that are in Ohio know it's one day is great and one day not so great. So whenever I can, I try to get out there.
Well, I heard it was pretty cool today up there. Somebody told me it was in the single digits. I woke up to the high 20s in Atlanta and felt like that was cold.
Yeah, that's cold. I mean, yesterday was worse. Today it's warmed up a little bit, actually. Right now it's 32. So it was about 15 this morning, though. So not a great day for skateboarding.
We made it back up to 55, but for me in the South, 55 is still cold. So, I have on a good heavy sweater.
So got the jumper is mandatory. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how long have you been with Velosio, Isaac?
So funny you should ask. It's going on 7 years next year, but it's always easy to remember my start date because it was actually April 1st, April Fool's Day. I like to joke that if it was a prank, it's been a really good one because here ever since. So coming up on 7 years.
That's great. 7 years is a nice long time. I hope it's another, 70, however long you're going to work. But thank you.
You're right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. 70 plus the 70. Yeah.
Well, I've known you for those 7 years, but I've known of you even longer than that. So I'm going to ask you another question that I think might have an interesting answer to it. But what were you doing before Velosio, and how did that get you here? How did you become part of Velosio?
Absolutely. Great question. So what's probably true with most people in tech, it's really not a straight line. My previous walk of life in work was actually as a Geek Squad agent. So I worked out of a Best Buy store and really meant two things. I fixed a lot of computers and earned a badge for it. So what's cool about Geek Squad too is they actually give you a legitimate badge. It's actually at the office right now. Otherwise I'd bring it up, but it's real and everything. So it's really cool. But yeah, I did that. They take the whole secret agent thing really seriously, honestly. But it was a blast, Doing that really gave me more face-to-face interaction with customers and really taught me how to explain technology on top of just how to fix it, which is really cool. Helping people feel comfortable without thinking they need a computer science degree to understand how to use their machine and all that fun stuff. So yeah, so after that with school, so working through school, I actually took a 180 and worked on the sales floor of an AT&T store through college and sold TV and phones. So as you could probably guess, it was not exactly what I was looking for when it comes to my strengths, right? In the advisory and problem solving type of roles. So finishing up school, I really wanted to get back into the tech space. And but you brought up that we know each other prior. The reason for that is because my dad actually was an OG Velocian. So he worked here prior to myself and we had a position open for a help desk tech. So he let me know and I've been here ever since, so.
Yeah, and I did know your dad for a long time. Still, I know your dad, but it's I'm glad that ended up bringing you here. It's awesome. So maybe a little off topic or a little bit. If you could swap jobs with anyone at Velosio for a day, who would that be and why?
Oh man, this one, I have to think. So I would say if I could swap jobs with anyone, it'd have to be Keith, our CFO, because I do something fun. I approve a line item called unlimited coffee and Copilot licenses, then we watch our ENPS score go all the way to the top, so that'd be but in a serious answer, I really would choose Keith, honestly, because he would give it would get a really good perspective on, I would say, how financial decisions are made and how they support the company's growth, right? So I think understanding that side of the business would make me better at connecting my own work to the bigger picture, not the how we do it, but why we do it and how it's affecting everybody else.
Well, I'm gonna have to tell Keith that. He sits beside me. He just walked by my door, so I'm gonna have to tell him we've got a shadow plan.
Yeah, please let him know.
I think that would be good. He works right here, so I'd get to spend some time with you too. So.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And if we could throw in the co-pilot thing to him too, maybe that would be good, or at least for top.
Okay. Well, so what's a phrase or inside joke that your team uses that maybe one of us outsiders wouldn't understand?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have tons. My team loves to laugh and joke and have fun and come up with little acronyms and things that make sense. But one that I use a lot personally and that I've, passed on to everyone else on my team is a phrase called WWED. In this case, actually stands for What Would Eric Do? So for me, it's usually if we're coming up upon like a complicated problem or, worst case scenario, an incident that needs like a calm, well thought out response and action. So it's kind of like our built-in pause button to just slow down and instead of rushing, think through the options and approach the situation more thoughtfully. Yeah. So for me, I mean, with my project work and incident remediation types of things, it works universally to keep those decisions grounded and intentional. And honestly, if you hear someone say WWED in like the middle of one of those incidents, it usually means things are serious and we're about 5 minutes away from realizing we should have asked Eric sooner. But yeah.
WWED. That's a good one.
Yeah, I count. We're going to get T-shirts made for it. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I want a picture when that happens.
I got you. Absolutely.
Well, so what's a passion of yours that's totally unrelated to your job, but somehow helps you with your job?
Yeah, great question. So, one thing that I love to do every day or at least try, I'm not always 100%, but, at least 20 minutes of meditation. So before work, after work. Yeah. It's not something, again, you'd really immediately connect, but if you ever meditated, it actually can help quite a lot, even just taking a few minutes to slow down and get in that present moment. Right. It just helps me feel better about responding versus reacting. So, that's definitely useful.
I meditate too. I've tried two different types and, the chanting of a nonsensical word, transcendental meditation. What I try now, but it's, I've also, with one of our other coworkers, been talking about going to an ashram and seeing how that works out and trying to learn a little bit deeper. It's supposed to be a great one just north of me in Tennessee, and been thinking about doing that. I really do believe that if you can keep your mind grounded and get out of your own way sometimes, which I find is powerful, and doing that through meditation is about the only way possible, in my opinion. It's either meditation or some type of pharmaceutical, and I'd rather go with meditation.
So. Right, exactly. Exactly. We got to have a Velosio ashram trip then.
Yeah, there you go. But it's supposed to be a great one up there in the mountains. I got to talk to Sri about that again.
I know. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to do that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. Well, what's a book or podcast or maybe a video that changed how you think about work and about being here at Velosio?
Great question. So one thing that I love in a book that I always recommend, I actually read it in high school, but it still rings true. That book would be Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. Okay. I don't know if you've read it. I know you're a reader, but I don't know if it's in the library. But
it's been a while, but yeah, I have read it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll break it down like the takeaways for me. So, I mean, the biggest one, honestly, is that realizing in the book, they talk about that success usually comes down to things like consistency, timing, repetition, not necessarily raw talent, And so that really did stick with me. It's helped me focus less on trying to be perfect and more so showing up every day, learning, getting better over time, putting in that 10,000 hours of work. And yeah, I mean, especially in my role, it's been a huge thing to follow, right? So I always say if you stack those small wins, it adds up faster than you think.
Is that where the 10,000 hours comes from? Is that the... so you spend 10,000 hours on something, you're going to be better than all but 1% of the world or something like that? Never forget.
Exactly. It's like the professional, like the golden rule of professional attainment, right? And I think it was popularized with the Beatles in the book. So them, playing shows all over Liverpool, trying to get themselves better, and really putting in the hours to become a quote unquote a professional at what they do.
Yeah, that's awesome. Maybe I'll have to go back and reread it. I definitely enjoy reading, and I have a philosophy of reading a book for fun, and then a book for making myself or Velosio better. So a business book or personal help book or something for fun. So 1 and 1.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll have to give me some recommendations. I'm always looking for something new to fill that bookshelf back there.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe another one for fun. What's your go-to karaoke song?
So karaoke, I mean, I'm always killing it with that. I really can't give you just one. I have to narrow it down to 3. My top 3 would be, number 1's honestly probably "Don't Stop Me Now" by Queen. Yeah, "Living on a Prayer" by Bon Jovi, and closing the karaoke bar down, we do "Take Me Home, Country Roads." Get some John Denver on the track.
Awesome. So do you karaoke much?
I have, I did like choir and stuff in high school, so I still try to go out and do that if I can, but it's been a while.
I saw you cover a song one time when you were a kid with your dad, so that's you've been singing a long time.
Yeah. Theatrics never left,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Doing parodies still and all that fun stuff.
But yeah, that's cool. Well, maybe in closing out, what's the best advice that you've ever received?
So best advice, I would say, my favorite one, it's actually was from another podcast, Tom Holland being interviewed, and they asked him a similar question, and it really resonated with me, and it was turn nervousness into excitement. Yeah, if you're feeling nervous, you're about to be doing a presentation or anything, how can you flip that around and repurpose that energy into, something in a positive spin?
Oh, that's a good one. I think that I've figured out that, and it's not been that long since I figured this out, that it's us that makes ourselves nervous. It's us that makes ourselves anxious about things that are to come. And if you just live more in the moment and realize that, half of what you worry about, or probably 90% of what you worry about, is not going to ever happen, it's a whole lot better place to live and exist in. So,
yep, exactly.
That's a great one. So turn nervousness into excitement. I'll definitely use that one.
Love it. Glad I could oblige that.
Well, Isaac, I appreciate you coming on here with me today, and I'm sure everybody will enjoy learning about you more and about what you've accomplished and done here at Velosio. I really appreciate it.
Love that. Thanks, Robbie. It was a great time.